Hello, I'm Wanda Wen. Thank you so much for coming to the Sulip Fix. I thought I would share with you a recipe that I love, morning oats. And I have a lot of people that ask me how to use ginger, and ginger is something that I've grown up with just because of my culture. My mother used it all the time in her cooking, so it's sort of second nature for me to infuse ginger, which has great properties, anti-inflammatory, builds the immune system. So I'm going to show you what I do with ginger today and with morning oats, okay? Ginger and oats, Most people don't think of it, those two going together, but trust me, it's delicious. So, with ginger, this is fresh ginger. It's just delicious. It smells so clean. So the first thing to do with ginger is to remove the skin. And so I'm just using this spoon. This happens to be a grapefruit spoon. The reason why I like this spoon to use is because it has a sharper edge. So you simply put the edge of the spoon against the ginger and you scrape the sort of dry skin off. And this helps bring out the juices of the ginger. And I would only do this for the amount of ginger that I'm using. So for instance, I'm not going to use this entire piece for my meal. And so just scrape whatever amount that you're going to use and then put this back in the fridge. Simply you just slice some circle shapes, okay? And then what I do is trim them even smaller so that they're slivers. I generally always like my ginger in slivers. I don't really think it makes a difference whether circles or slivers, but I just like the sliver. I like the length, and I think it's, I don't know, somehow it tastes better. I feel like it is better. So here we have the ginger. Then, okay, so what we have here are oats, fresh berries, blueberries or blackberries. These happen to be blackberries. I have some dried cranberries. I have some almonds. Here's some ginger that I already prepared. There's some almond milk. And then, yes, these are greens. This is how I love to start my day, having oats, which is great fiber for you, fresh berries, the ginger, and greens. So, basically take the pot. This is about a cup of oats, and putting in some water, and then we're gonna bring this to a boil. All right. Now, this is where you could put the ginger in. So I'm gonna take some ginger, I would say about a tablespoon. You can do more, you can do less. What's your preference? But I would say about a tablespoon. All right, so we're gonna bring that to a boil. Oh, cut. Okay, no, don't cut. Okay, what else do I put in while it's boiling? Dried fruit. So these are dried cranberries. You can also use dried raisins. When I use the raisins, lately I've been using those ginormous raisins, the really big ones. They're just delicious. But in my kitchen, I happen to have some dried cranberries. So I'm gonna put some dried cranberries in. And so you wanna put the dried pieces in so that they plump up during the cooking. And they get moist and juicy. They add color. So one thing that is important to me when cooking is color. I determine the health and the robustness of any meal or dish by its color. If it's just one color, all you're eating is one color, to me, it's a sign of it's not really that wholesome, right? So I say, this is sort of a rule of thumb, that the more color in your meal, the better. So that's why you see I have some red, and I have green, and I have yellow, and I have white, and I have deep blue. You see that completely in this dish. We're gonna cut until this starts boiling, okay? So I'll see you later. Okay, I think it's done. Let me check. You want to simmer the oats, and what's in here is the ginger and the cranberries. I think it's perfect. Oh, this is hot. Okay. Beautiful. This is a dish that I eat not only to start my morning, but sometimes I want to use this, and I consider this a very cleansing dish. Just kind of cleans me out. Here's my hot bowl of oatmeal. It's got ginger and cranberries. I'm going to put some fresh berries. Again, blackberries, blueberries are great to use. Almonds, sliced almonds. You can use pine nuts. You can use any kind of nut. And then my favorite is greens. And I know it seems odd, greens and oatmeal, it doesn't seem like they go, but really it's lovely. I happen to have some microgreens here. So you could use microgreens, but you could also just use mixed hearty greens. And if you use those, chop them up fine, like in sort of thin ribbon strips, so that you're not eating huge leaves. And then just pour a little bit of almond milk for the moisture. And if you need a little bit of sweetness, you certainly can use honey, but sweet, I have found that when I don't eat a lot of sweets, and I'm a sweetaholic, I have a sweet tooth for sure. Those of you that know me know that I have a sweet tooth. But I find that sweetness and sugar is really addictive, and the more you use, the more you want it the next day. If you could just train your taste buds to be satisfied with just the sweetness of, let's say, dried cranberries or fresh berries, your palate changes. Just remember that. We don't always need processed sugar, and natural sugars are really just lovely. Thank you so much for coming to the Sula Fix. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.